guys, it's Sarah, and I am going to work on the next part of my December daily, and I am not quite sure how far I'm going to get in this particular video, but it'll be in the title when I am done and get to edit and everything. I do have up until day 18 planned, so I know what I'm going to be documenting each day, but I'm just not sure how far I'm going to get today because I'm starting with day 8 and I probably don't want to do all 10 in one video. I think that's going to be too long. So I will go until I'm pretty comfortable with, how long the video is going to be, depending on how long it takes me to get it all done. And then the rest of it will be in the next video. But I do have all my pictures printed. I just sat down and took some time to print them all. And I have all sorts of sizes. As you can see, I have a 6x8, 4x6, 3x4, and I even have some 2x2s here as well. So we are going to go ahead and get started on day 8. Okay, so for day 8, I am going to find my place here. And I have a 4x6 slot, and I do have this picture that I printed in a 4x6. And this picture is of one of our favorite restaurants here in town, and it's a Mexican restaurant, and they have the best tacos. Just a plain hard shell taco, and they are delicious. It's so funny because they're so simple, and they're just really, really good. And then I also get a big, huge burrito because those are delicious too, and that's my meal. So we went on the 8th, which was a Friday. My best friend and I have a little tradition where we go out on Friday nights and have a date night. And the reason we do Fridays is because the church that we go to has a Friday night service, and if you attend the service, you also get 2.5 hours of free babysitting afterwards, so the kids can stay longer after their services, and it's a big party for them, and the adults can go out. So that's what my best friend and I do. We take our kids and go to church and do all that, and then we usually will go out and have dinner somewhere, and that's kind of like our adult girly best friend time. So we went on this day, and Josh was actually with us at this particular time too. If he gets home in time, he goes with us too. He doesn't always make it, but this time he did. So I am going to put these Heidi Swap transparent letters on here, and they say joy. And I just ran them through my Xyron because I didn't want any adhesive to show through those since you can see through them. And then I had a piece of washi tape down there. And then up here, I'm going to put one of these diamonds down that I also ran through the Xyron. And then I'm going to put the number 8 on top of that diamond there. And I'm not going to do any journaling on this one at all. It's just I'm going to use some of these Teresa Collins tiny gold letter stickers, and I'm going to spell out date night, and I'm going to put that right next to the joy here. So date night joy, basically is what it says. And then that is going to complete that card for me. And now for day number 9, I am going to document my husband's work party. He had a work party that night, and we went to it, and it was a lot of fun. It was just for his office. He's not part of a really big squadron presently. We're normally in the military. You're usually part of a big squadron of people. He does have a squadron, but he's attached to it, so he's not working with them as intensely as he was before. So now he is more in a small office type thing. And we're probably going to go back to a big squadron here soon. But currently he is in a smaller office. So we had a holiday party for his office, and it was just a small little thing, but it was fun. We had a good time. I am using these basic gray red letter stickers to make my title here, and I do have to manipulate a couple of them because I did not have all the letters I needed, but I had enough where I could make it work for me. So basically his office is called The Rock, ROC, and it is kind of like the headquarters for the plane that he flies on. And since I didn't have a C, I just took a second O and I'm cutting out a section of it to make a C. And then for the Y, I didn't have one, but I used an X, and I just cut off one of the little ends there to make the Y. And I am going to get these put down I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive just to make sure they stay down. These are chipboard, so I don't know what their shelf life is like on these particularly. I just always use my adhesive on them regardless. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm putting the 9 down as well on the bottom, and then in the center there I will do the journaling for it and just talk about, you know, how we had a fun party and we wore ugly Christmas sweaters. My husband has a sweater on that has Santa on a unicorn, and it actually lights up as well, which is fantastic. My shirt is a Stranger Things shirt. It says Merry Christmas on the top and on the bottom upside down, and then it has like the alphabet with the Christmas lights thing. So we had fun with that. I am going to do something to this picture. I'm going to take a couple of these wooden stars from the kit, from Allie's kit, and I'm going to put them in the corners there, and I'm going to ground them with some washi tape as well. So I'm going to, and then I put that a little too far over. It was on top of my husband's head, so I had to trim off a little bit there. And then just put a little bit down here. Luckily, that came off the picture okay, so I could adjust it. Washi tape does not always. Sometimes certain washi tapes, if you put them on a picture, they are down. So I'm always trying to be careful when I use washi tape on top of a picture. It's not always a guarantee that you can fix a mistake. All right, so I got the stars there, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and then work on day number 10. Excuse me. For day 10, we had another event for my husband's office, actually. Every year, our base sponsors in a child, or each squadron or group sponsors a child that is in a group home for Christmas. And we will be assigned a child, and we will get their wish list and kind of, you know, some things about that child, and we will put together a bunch of presents and care packages and stuff for them. And then there's a big event where we actually go out to the children's home and we present them with the gifts, and we kind of have lunch with them. And afterwards, my kids went outside and played with all the kids and stuff, and it was a fun time. It was really good, and just seeing, you know, all these kids who wouldn't have normally had such a big Christmas, you know, just seeing their faces light up when they got their presents and stuff, it was really great. So I'm going to journal about that. I put the 10 down, and then I'm just journaling about our experience with that. And I'm going to put a couple of these little sequins on here. These sequins are great because they are self-adhesive, but quite a few times lately when I have picked up the sequins, the glue dots have not stayed on the back of them, and I've had to kind of make it work myself. So the idea is great, but the execution isn't always working for me. All right, so that was day 10. Day 11, I am going to use one of these large tags that I got with the kit, and I got these for free because I ordered within a certain time frame. I think they were some sort of bonus where she had a certain amount, and then if you ordered, like, you know, if you were one that ordered while they were available, you got it. So I do have these oversized tags, and I'm going to talk about the wrapping paper that we're using. And I grabbed a couple of little offcuts from the wrapping paper after I was done wrapping presents and stuff. I kept some of those little pieces, and I'm going to put them in here. So for the tag, I'm going to need to punch holes in it so that I can put it directly into my album. So I'm kind of lining it up with one of the page protectors, and I'm going to use my hole punch, and I'm going to punch holes in here so I can just put it directly into the album. So it's not going to go in a sleeve or anything. It's just going to be directly in there. So I just lined up the card with one of those page protectors so I knew where the holes were going to go. I have this little word strip that says wrap it up, and the number 11, I'm going to put the 11 right on top of there, so that will be the front of the card, or front of the tag, sorry. And then on the back, I am going to layer up a couple of these wrapping papers. I'm only going to do 2 because I kind of had 2 main ones that I use, and then the princess one I think I only used on one present, so I'm not going to include that one. But it was My Little Pony for sure. Layla is really into My Little Pony right now, and then the DC Girls is what Kaylin is really into right now. So those are the 2 wrapping papers I ended up wrapping most of their gifts with. So I'm putting a lot of adhesive all over this tag, and I'm going as close to the edges as I can so that it will not come up. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick down the papers here, and I'm going to layer them up a little bit. And then I wanted Supergirl to show over here, so I'm just going to rip off a little bit more of that right there so that Supergirl shows, and then I will just trim around the tag, and then it will have the wrapping paper on there. And I just think that was fun to have just a little sample of the paper that we used. I've seen a lot of people taking pictures of their wrapping papers, which is great too. This is just a little bit of a different take on it. Okay, so now I'm going to get my hole punch back out again so I can punch through the holes again so that they are clear and I can put this in the album. And then I will do this up here too because I'm going to put a ribbon through the top. And I have this ribbon that I got, I think, in one of my Noel kits, my Noel Mignon kits. So I saved it for December Daily because it's a great red and white stripe. And I'm just going to stick a little piece in there and I'm going to staple it down. And just kind of trim it off a little bit. And then that is going to go directly into my album, just like that. Isn't that cute? I love the way that turned out. All right, on to day 12. Day 12 is a day that I went and had dinner with my best friend Lindsay, and we got each other Christmas presents, so we decided to have dinner together and exchange them. She's the same girl that I go to date night with, so we share lots of meals together. But we have this inside joke between us, and it's about pineapples. And if you guys watch Kevin Hart, he has a thing where pineapples is his safe word, and we ended up doing the same thing at the gym. We had pineapples as our safe word. If you've been following my channel for a while, I've actually made a layout about that, so you probably know the story. But we gave each other presents, and both of our presents included something having to do with pineapples. So we took a picture. She got me a shirt. Actually, it's like a sweatshirt that has pineapples on it, that has one big pineapple on it. And then I gave her a pineapple scented candle. And it actually has a picture of a pineapple on it as well. So we just thought that was so funny, and we took pictures of it. So for the day card, I went ahead and put down a wood veneer circle with the number 12. And then on the bottom here, I have the greatest gift card. And I put a little piece of washi tape on the bottom that has pineapples on it. And I believe I got that from Julie Julia from the Victoria Mary Scrapbook Retreat. She said she knew we had a pineapple thing going on, and I was, doing a layout about it. And she said, I have pineapple washi tape here, take some. So I did. And then I found a pineapple sticker in my stash on a summer themed sticker sheet as well. So I put that on there. And then I taped these two 3x4 cards together with some washi tape here. And I'm just doing my journaling on this lined one and talking about that. All right, and then we are going to move on to day 13. Day 13 is going to be a couple of pictures. One of them is going to be my nephew, Matthew. He is going to make it in here because my husband actually ended up going on a 3-day trip to Florida. He had to go for work. He had to go take a tour of a building that is out there that has to do with his work. And so he got to go for 3 days, and it just so happened that that is exactly where my parents live, and he actually got to have dinner with my parents and my sister and her kids and everything. So I took one of those pictures that he took at dinner, and I am going to put that in here kind of to signify that trip. And then this one up here is a picture of my book and a mug of hot tea and a candle that is lit on my table. And that's how I spent my nights while he was gone. There were 3 nights. Okay, so here I made a big mistake. I put glue all over the top of that 13, and I went, oh crap. I put it on the top of it. I was supposed to put it on the bottom. So I just took a wet baby wipe, and I wiped off my glue off that cork. And that works, guys. It came off, no problem. It didn't soak in. I hadn't put it down at all. So if you accidentally put wet glue on top of a cork, you can get it off as long as you're quick about it. I got really scared for a second. I was like, oh no, did I just ruin that? But I was okay. And I'm using this thin washi tape to make little lines on each one of these cards. And then that actually ended up using up that washi tape strip. So I have finished that off, which is what I wanted to do. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to talk about my husband's trip and how he got to go, and then he got to end up having dinner with my family, which was awesome. And then on the other card with my book and stuff, I will just do my journaling about how this is how I spent my nights while he was gone. I had 3 nights that I could just, you know, get the girls in bed, and then I sat down, lit a candle, made some tea, and I just read my book. And I do have a couple more, like one more thing that I want to do here on this card, and I have to go to my Silhouette to do that, but I'm going to come back live here in just a second and I will show you what I end up doing. Okay guys, so I am back. I went and cut out a little die cut of Florida from my Silhouette. This is a cup file I've had in my Silhouette for a long time, and so it's just in the shape of Florida, and I cut it out in a pretty small shape here, obviously, because it needs to go right here. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. I'm going to also put a little wood veneer star kind of where my husband was and on his trip that he took that week. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now, and I'm going to do it live just because this is the last thing I need to do, and then I'm done. So I will do this, and then I'll do just a little flip through of the pages that I got done today. So this one is going to go right here. And I like how the white stands out against this red here. Even with the polka dots, it's still, I was thinking about maybe I might have to outline it, but I really don't. It just looks really nice. And then I have my wood veneers here, one of my 2 cases. And I have some stars in here. So I'm just gonna grab the smallest size, all these little teeny tiny ones. And then I am going to glue that onto where my husband took his trip. It's right up here in the Panhandle. And like I was talking about, you know, where my family is, that's my nephew, Matt. And so he got to have dinner with them. I'm not jealous at all. I was super jealous. He got to have dinner with my sister and my parents. And I was like, man, the perks of your job sometimes. They're not always perks, but this one in particular was. Okay, so I'm just gonna push this down a little bit. This is gonna go back in here because I'm not gonna use it today. And then I will slide this card into my album, and then I will do a little flip through of what I did just now. My desk is a hot mess right now because I have everything everywhere. It's fine. That just means I'm getting creative. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this card on here. Looks like this is coming up here a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay. So what I did today is I'm gonna zoom in really quick. I try to do this without try not to shake my camera too much. It's not always successful. There we go. And then I will scoot my thing up just a little. There we go. Okay. So I did our date night, which was day 8 here, and yummy tacos. And then I really like this see-through element right here. So it's on both sides, and this was my husband's work party. And then the girls at the orphanage thing, using this tag here to do our wrapping paper. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna like do a little label here that says wrapping paper for the girls. I don't know that it's necessary, but maybe it is because it just kind of looks like paper almost. So maybe I'll go back and do that next time. And then day 12, exchanging gifts with my best friend, all pineapple stuff. And then 13th, my husband being TDY, and what I did while he was gone, I pretty much drank tea, lit a candle, and read the passage every night. So it was nice. Okay, so that is the next installment of my album here. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I am also considering, I was looking at my box here the box of stuff, and it has December Daily written right here. I'm considering cutting this off and like having this be kind of like a little opener like this. I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know, I'll have to give it some more thought, or maybe just cut it and try it out and see what I think. And then that's the first thing you see, and then you kind of, it's almost like one of those black things that keeps your album from folding over, keeps your pages from going over too much. It would kind of act like that, but I don't know, we'll see. I actually just found this and I forgot that I had this. This is a little piece of ribbon that came on some ornaments that were provided for us at the party, and I completely forgot I had kept this ribbon because we got 2 different ornaments, so I just kept the ribbon off one of them, but it has the Rock 2017 on it, so I want to use this part of the ribbon, if not the whole thing. And I just completely forgot about that. It was sitting right here too, and I'm wondering where I could put it. Maybe I could put it down here, kind of coming out like that, because I don't really think I can use the big bow unless I did it right here, but it would cover that up and I don't want to cover that up. So yeah, okay. I'm going to pull out my picture and I will put this along the bottom. I'm just going to cut it off and I will have it coming out. All right, I gotta fold this over because it came off a little bit on the sides. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Then I will snip off the end and then that will be good. I'm glad I noticed that because I don't know, it was just sitting among my stuff and I didn't look for it. I just forgot about it, so. See if I can cut it now though. Now it doesn't want to cut. It's like fraying everywhere. Oh my gosh, seriously? This is completely coming apart now. All right. There we go. All right, that's better. Had a little technical difficulties there, but all right. It just, I don't know, for some reason it cut fine when I first cut it, and then when I tried to do it more, it went, no. Okay. Now I'm done, and I don't care that it's a little bit frayed right there. That's fine. That does not bother me. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad I realized and remembered that I had that. Okay, now I'm done. Okay, so again, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.